Alrighty, we are back once again. Michael and Tatiana Parker here with the Watch for the Hook Business and Entrepreneur Podcast. Ms. Parker, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for introducing me. I feel so special. I almost feel like a featured guest or something.
Nah, she the co-host. So I mean, she ain't featured yet.
I don't know.
But nah, Ms. Parker. So, Ms. Parker, what are we talking about today?
Well, I thought you were going to say that you forgot the other episode that time. But I want to let you be great. But we're going to actually talk about batch recordings. This has a little bit of a different spin for us.
Yeah. So basically, when we talking about batch recordings, we're talking about like for us. We record on Sunday.
Typically.
To send out consistently on Wednesday.
Absolutely.
So now we're hitting summer.
Yeah.
So me and Ms. Parker have two very active children.
Yes, we do.
That have swim lives and basketball lives.
Yep.
And you know what those lives do? Make it hard on us.
Eat up my life.
Exactly. So when we talking about batch recordings, we're talking about, so maybe some Sundays, because June is going to be shit for us, just being up front. We got camps and tournaments and swim meets, and I mean, listen, we ain't going to be around here much.
Nah.
So what we've had to do is make the best of our time when we can record. So if there is a day that we can
You were trying to say maximize?
That's it, child. I'm not even there. Miss Parker got my back. Listen, people, that's why you got a spouse that's got your back. So we are maximizing the hours we think we can give you.
Yes.
So if we don't have next Sunday available, that means the previous Sunday we got to make it count.
Yes.
And that's why we talk about batch recordings. That means you may record 2 or 3 episodes of your podcast at one day.
Yeah, and I like to not do more than 2 because I get really concerned about hot topics, staying relevant, making sure you're aligned and you're just not going off cue, off script with just recording random stuff. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with the business, the podcast, or the fact the podcast is business and entrepreneurship. So I try to stay like really like, finger on the pulse type situation. So even with us, batch recordings, we try not to do, honestly, I don't think we've ever done more than 2 at a time.
Yeah, and then also, mentally it wears on you. So, we tell people all the time, people think that getting in front of a camera, getting in front of a microphone, it doesn't take much. It actually mentally takes a lot out of
it. It does.
Because you're wanting to keep your audience engaged. Because you're only a couple of seconds away from them clicking away from
That's right.
And so you want to hang on to them. We average maybe about 20, 25 minutes per episode.
25 for us is very long.
You're right, very long. And there's other podcasters that'll do 40, 45 on the average.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're just not there yet.
Yeah, I don't know that I want to get there, though. I don't know if that's a goal for me.
I think maybe if it's you and me, it may be a little long. But when we do like the hookup session,
our
40 minutes ain't nothing for us in the interview.
Yeah, we have to, me and you, 2025. But when we do the live IG hookup sessions, typically on Sundays at 3 p.m. Central at the Watch for the Hook handle.
IG page.
Yeah. It's easily 45 minutes. We have to fight to keep it under an hour because we usually get so wrapped up. But even after that, it is just mentally like taxing.
Yeah, exactly. And so when we talking about, the batch recordings is to help you as a podcaster stay consistent with what you're doing. And so we've had to learn how to do that because every Sunday or every day that we're trying to record on the regular may not be available.
It may not.
And so what we've had to learn is you got to maximize your time.
Yeah, so who gives a crap if you and I are inconsistent with our recording? It's the release that has to be consistent.
Exactly. Because your audience...
you back here doing what we need to do to make it happen.
Because our audience is waiting for us on which day of the week?
On Wednesdays.
Is it? Exactly.
By the time they wake up, it's there.
Watch for the Wednesday.
Wait. There you
on
go.
all major platforms.
Yeah.
Watch what
They
Wednesday.
waiting, they ready. We
Yeah.
want to give them something new, something that they can use, something that's relevant to them, something they can put in their back pocket. You know?
Hey, yo, exactly, because right now, when this episode come out, I think we may be close to the 1 year mark, Miss Parker.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
You're right. While you talking, I'm just gonna look at my calendar.
Yeah,
real
so
quick,
you know, batch recordings, like I say, helps you stay consistent, helps you keep the listeners that you have involved. Because the one thing we learned is when it comes to podcasting, consistency is your biggest key.
Shoot, yeah, consistency
Because
is key.
you're building a relationship with your listeners.
You are.
And so for us, it's double fold. We've been building a relationship with our customers on the apparel brand,
Yes.
which is www.watch4thehook.com. Hot girl summer season. Come on, ladies, check it out. We got some ready for y'all, fellas. Hey, we got the shirts ready for you to have to get your flex on in.
That's right.
So if you're looking to get your flex on with the Watch for the Hook apparel. Come by and check us out. And so what we're talking about is we started since 2019 building a relationship with our customers through the apparel brand. Now since 2022,
Yeah.
we're building another relationship with our podcast listeners.
Yeah.
And, so,
And other business owners.
that too. And so the biggest way to build a relationship is what? Be consistent.
Be consistent.
Which
Be
means
reliable. Be dependable.
You gotta show the fuck up.
That's like the one time you actually want to be predictable.
Yes. I know every Wednesday I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to Michael and Tati. I know.
I hope they have those levels of enthusiasm.
I hope they do too, but they know they gonna listen to us and they be like, man, they finna hit us with something.
Some good.
They bringing some goodness to my ears today. Or, you know, on the YouTube channel, we bringing you that visual effect because that's where we release our podcast shows too. And so that's just part of batch recording.
Yeah.
Batch recording helps you stay with your listeners.
Consistent. But with batch recordings comes also a lot of pre-work.
Mhm.
Lots of pre-work. Meaning the topics have to be good.
Yes.
They have to be consistent. They have to be on point. They have to be relevant.
Yes.
They got to be worth listening to. Like, again, what I was saying earlier. Don't just come through with some randomness.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you tried to check the box and say that was a batch recording. No, that was not a batch recording. That was just some trash.
because the first episode you can't bring that heat, and then the second episode you bring a whimper.
But I mean, if you can't find that common thread, and that's one thing we talk about with another product we getting ready to drop, okay?
Yeah.
Not even a product to wear,
Yes.
okay?
Yes,
This is
yes.
another product that's about to be dropped.
Yeah.
You need to find that common thread. If you can't find that common thread, it's not common.
No.
It's not there. So either look somewhere else or just simply keep looking.
Exactly. You gotta understand. This is a like a chain link, like a chain.
Yeah.
You're only as strong as your weakest link. If you got weak episodes, you're gonna lose listeners.
Yeah.
But you have to stay consistent, because that chain is consistent throughout its links, which means it's as durable, it's as strong, it's made the same, it's gonna give you the same from the left to the right piece. So when you're batch recording, you gotta hit those consistent points, which means I gotta be as good,
Yeah.
I gotta be as strong, I gotta be as relevant, I gotta be as spicy,
Yeah.
I gotta be as entertaining, I gotta be as sexy, you gotta be all that.
And you have to be missed. Let me tell you why I say that.
Hit him with that hook, Miss Parker. She said, you got to be missed.
You gotta be missed. So Michael and I were talking about, I'm just gonna say something, and I was like, you know what? It did not happen. I wonder what happened. Why did it not happen? Within hours or days, it took me realizing, not only was I wondering why did it not happen, but I also didn't miss the fact that it hadn't happened. It took him reminding me that you missed this for me to be like, oh, you know what? Oh, I guess it didn't happen. So we need to be the exact opposite. If you've been used to a Wednesday drop and we miss it by Wednesday morning, we want you to be like, hold on, I didn't get my notification. I don't need it to be Saturday or Sunday, and you be like, oh dang, they didn't drop Wednesday. No. I need you to realize on Wednesday that we didn't drop Wednesday because you were anticipating us dropping on Wednesday. That's why I say you need to be missed.
Which always goes into building the what? Consistency.
Yeah. That's why you need to be so consistent.
You won't be missed if you were never consistent to begin with. And that's the one thing that we've been told and tried and sold on.
Right.
When you come out the gate and you miss gate number 2, if you came out gate number 1 and you miss gate number 2, most people aren't even gonna realize by the time you miss gate number 3, you never went past gate 1.
Oh yeah, I'm not missing.
And they're gonna be like, and then they're on. And when they're on, that means you're an afterthought and they're gone.
Maybe I shouldn't say you need to be missed. Maybe
no, you need to be missed.
And
yes,
you need to be unforgettable.
That too.
All of that.
That too. You never get a second chance to do what, Miss Parker?
Make a first impression.
Their first impression was like, oh man, they came out with 1 episode or 2 episodes. And then, whatever happened to that watch for the...
What?
Who were the folk? Watch for the what?
Watch out for the...
Watch out for the hook. That's what they were called. We call it watch out for the hook. The watch out for the hook people, where they go?
That's funny.
Listen, you have to be like that.
Yeah.
I would rather you mess the name of the company up than not know the name at all.
That's what I was going to say. So the fact you just literally slaughtered the name lets me know, or at least leads me to believe that A, you're engaged, B, you freaking bought in.
Bought in.
You still slaughtered the name, but that's okay. That's okay.
We still get pictures of people wearing our first 2 products.
Right.
Products. You know, round 1 and the body blow. And that just makes us still feel good.
Yeah.
You know that some of these people have had those shirts for going on 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And they say they still fit, still look good,
Yeah.
and people still ask me where I got it from. That's a testament to your consistency on the product side, because
Quality.
you're still producing products 3-4 years later.
Yeah.
You consistently drop something. Just like we consistently drop episodes every Wednesday. Remind you again, watch for the Hook Wednesdays on all major platforms.
But even sometimes changes do happen and things do have to evolve. You have to tweak. We initially started dropping on Fridays.
Oh, you stole it. Oh, God, I'm glad you said it. That's why I love you, girl.
We started dropping on Fridays, and then we realized we were actually recording and dropping on Fridays.
Yes.
And we quickly realized after paying attention to everything, A, this is too much.
Yep.
B, we've got to figure out a better system. C, we need to practice with what we preach, and we literally harp on strategy.
Yes.
We had to come up with another strategy.
Yes, we were putting too much on our plate.
We were putting too much on our plate, yeah.
Trying to record
and drop
on the same day. Like I say, we both work regular jobs.
And even if you weren't, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Because our kids keep us busy.
Yeah.
We got 2 kids, they 2 girls, man, they all over the place. Like sports and stuff. Like, me and her take 1 child and we each go opposite directions of the town. Because that's just the only way it functions.
Right.
But that also is how, when we're doing these batch recordings, it allows us to free up extra time when the time will not be permitted.
Right.
There's going to be Sundays, there's just no recording. I may not even be in town, or she may not even be in town.
But this was something we had to grow to.
Yes.
We fought it for the longest. Because I was like, well, my exact words was, I don't want to have stale episodes. Well, learn your audience.
Yes.
Do your pre-production meetings. Have a good understanding of your topics. Keep your topics relevant, and they won't be stale.
In her phone, there's probably hundreds of topics. we've crossed out, now going on, I think this will be episode 50 something.
Yeah.
I think this may be one that gets around here, but we still have topics on top of topics that do not have lines through them, which means what? We have ideas.
Yeah.
Which are going to help us keep what? Consistent.
Yeah.
The consistency can be helped by doing what? Batch recordings. And so those are just things that play into play. You know, we've learned how to think ahead of the curve.
That's the strategy.
Developing strategy.
That's an episode.
Exactly. And so we've learned to just try to predict ahead of time, how do we not put so much on our plates that consistently stay full?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell you, is it easy? No. Do we have to think ahead and talk to each other late at night?
Right.
We do. That's why I say, how much are you into this?
Right.
Me and her are into this so much that we sleeping thinking about it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We thinking about it in our sleep, like, how do we make this better?
Yeah.
How do we make this easier? How do we get this going the way we need to go? And so, you know, we just trying to make sure that y'all understand. From this episode alone, with batch recordings, we are learning how to do 2 and 3 when we know time will not permit for that one to happen.
Right.
And just as how it just works. You know. So, Ms. Parker, tell me, hip them to the game of the whole batch recording thing. You know, how does, let's say, if it's just one person doing a podcast, you the one man, one woman show, how can batch recordings help out that one man, one woman show?
I mean, it's a lot of ways it can help out. It just, honestly, I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes, and this is another thing we've learned, sometimes when the creative mind just opens up, you know me, when I hit a creative spell or spot or moment, I'll throw my finger up and I'm like, wait, and he knows at that point, I'm not being rude, it's the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone, give me a few minutes.
The hamster's on
The hamster's on the wheel. So it's, if you get in that moment, and even with the person that's like solo, it could hit at 2, 3 in the morning. If you get in that moment, you can, you know, that's an opportunity for you to really maximize.
Yes.
You can take one topic, roll it into a second topic, roll it into a third topic, into a fourth topic, and you can literally keep going. You can lessen, you know, feeling the strain of it just being one person. Even if it's 2 people. We've had moments where after we've had a topic in mind, after we've had an IG Live. After we had that IG Live, the creative mind opened. We spat out, you know, 2, 3, 4 different topics, and we may be like, okay, we're going to batch record 2 topics right now.
Yep.
We're going to put them in the vault.
Yes.
We're going to keep them in the vault, and we're going to have them ready for a rainy day.
Because what do you put in the vault? Precious things.
You sure do. You keep that tucked away. So you can just think of it like that. Like, it doesn't have to be the time when topics become stale and crusty or irrelevant. It could be the time where some of the most invaluable moments of instruction come from.
Yeah, that's deep.
You can give people the best information because your creative mind was open. Be it a combo, a duo, or a person that's solo. Just when it hits, maximize on it. Don't be afraid to keep going. Because we do that. I'm like, no, we're going to stay here. We're going to keep going.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
What she said. Keep going, folks. Check y'all next time.